Kenoforiata is now permanently off Interpol red notice. So in June 2025, the Interpol put Ghana's former finance minister Kenoforiata on their Interpol red notice. In November 2025, they temporarily removed him from the red notice, and now he's permanently off the red notice. What does this mean? My name is Nenebi Tony. I'm a Ghanaian writer who lives in the US. On this channel, I talk about geopolitics and trade from the perspective of an African. And so if you like intellectual conversations, subscribe to this channel. So Ghana's former finance minister from 2017 to 2025 is facing charges related to corruption and causing financial loss to the state in Ghana. The Office of Special Prosecutor in the early part of 2025 was having a hard time bringing in Kenoforiata for questioning related to the investigation that was going on at the time. So while the investigation was going on, I believe Kenoforiata's lawyers alerted the Office of Special Prosecutor that he is not in Ghana, he is in the US seeking medical treatment. But I believe the communication between his lawyers and the Office of Special Prosecutor was not going as smoothly as they would want. So the Office of Special Prosecutor alerted Interpol that Kenoforiata is a wanted fugitive in Ghana. And what does that mean? So under the Interpol red notice laws, when somebody is a wanted fugitive in this regard, what that means is that he is wanted for a common crime in Ghana. And a common crime doesn't mean that the crime is common. It means a crime that is generally accepted to be a crime both in Ghana and in other jurisdictions. Murder, that's a common crime. If you're in Ghana, you kill somebody, it's a crime. If you go to the US, it's a crime. If you go to Afghanistan, it's a crime. Rape, that's a common crime. In Ghana, in the US, in Botswana, it's a crime. Corruption, that's a common crime. In Ghana, in Dubai, Uzbekistan, that's a crime. So it means that Kenoforiata was wanted for a common crime in Ghana. But the Interpol red notice is a request, not a warrant. What that means is that you are asking other countries, you are requesting that if they catch Kenoforiata or they come across Kenoforiata, the authorities of that country should hold him for you temporarily. A warrant means that they will put him under arrest. Request means that he is not under arrest in that country. The country is only holding him for the country where he is under arrest in. That sounds like, if that sounds confusing, it's because it is procedural. Practically, it means almost the same thing. But procedurally, it only means that he's not committed a crime in that country that he's arrested in. That country is doing Ghana a favor by catching him. So the red notice was sent out in June 2025. And then in October 2025, Kenoforiata contacted Interpol to let them know that he's not missing. They should remove his name from the red notice, because the red notice is supposed to locate people whose location is unknown to the party who wants them. So Kenoforiata told Interpol that, well, Ghana knows where I am. I already told them through my lawyer that I am in the US, so I don't know why my name should be on the red notice. And then Interpol contacted Ghana to update Interpol on whether they should remove Kenoforiata's name or not. And while this was going on, Ghana formally charged Kenoforiata with the 78 counts of corruption and causing financial loss to the states, right? So that was in November. So when that happened, now, because the conversation between Interpol, Kenoforiata, and Ghana was ongoing, he was temporarily removed from the red notice. Now, that was in November. In February, Kenoforiata is in law enforcement custody in the US, which happened when the US law enforcement arrested Kenoforiata for immigration related charges. They alerted the Ghanaian authority that we have Kenoforiata in custody. So now the Ghana Attorney General formally knows where Kenoforiata is. So now both the Interpol and Ghana Attorney General legally know where Kenoforiata is. That is why his name has been permanently removed from the red notice. It doesn't mean that whatever they put him on for is, what's the name? It's no longer valid. What it means is that now his location is known, because that is the point of the red notice, to find the location of the person. Now his location is established formally. So when you are dealing with law, things like this are important, because if you don't go through the right procedural tactics, you might get yourself in trouble. So you, the government of Ghana, if you don't take the right procedural steps before you do anything to someone like Kenoforiata, the government of Ghana might be in trouble too. And you might end up not even being able to put him in jail because you didn't follow the right procedure. So procedure is very, very important in law. That is why Kenoforiata was arrested in the beginning of January. We are in February, and now he's supposed to be in court on February 20th and again in April 20th. You understand? So, yes, like I said, I'm going to update you on anything related to Kenoforiata as and when they come up. Now, we have an update, and the update is that he's no more a fugitive. And I'm saying that and laughing because anytime when Kenoforiata was arrested for the immigration thing, anytime I provided updates on it on my YouTube, there are actually people in my comments talking about he's a fugitive from law. Now, legally, you can't call him a fugitive from law anymore, because according to Interpol, he's no more a fugitive from law. He's still wanted for a crime in Ghana. He's still in custody like a common criminal in the US, but the fugitive term, we are not using that anymore for Kenoforiata. Am I clear? All right. So we'll talk later as and when something comes up. I believe next week there's going to be an update in the immigration case. When that happens, I would update you. And so what else? Yeah, that's about it. Today is February 13th. It is about 6 p.m. It's almost 6 p.m. in Texas, USA, where I stay. And so I'm about to end this video and go have some, hang out with my friends. I'll talk to you later, and subscribe to my channel if you like intellectual conversations, and also leave comments on what you think about where we are so far in the Kenoforiata situation. I'll talk to you later.